हेलो एवरीवन, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। आज है 10 अप्रैल 2023, दिन है मंडे, और आज हम करने जा रहे हैं द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर के एनालिसिस। इस वीडियो के थ्रू कंप्लीटली द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर की एनालिसिस होगी। वीडियो पसंद हो तो वीडियो को लाइक करें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। फर्स्ट पेज पे टेलीकॉम अथॉरिटीज़ ने ब्लॉक किया है 120 सेंडर ID to for block of messaging over the China's link. The telecom authority have the blocked as many as 120 header operator by the group of linked to the Chinese entity in the past 2 months based of the information provided by the Union Home Ministry. The header, also known as the sender ID, is unique combination of character as the number of the representing the brand of company, name of messaging sender, and header are used to bank and marketing companies and utility provider and given गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर टू सेंड ब्लॉक ऑफ मैसेज टू कंज्यूमर एंड कस्टमर। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है। एन इन्वेस्टिगेशन बाय द इंडियन साइबर क्राइम कोऑर्डिनेशन सेंटर 14C अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री फाउंड टू द हेडर एज द होस्ट फ्रॉम द चाइना। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। और इंडिया की टाइगर पॉपुलेशन टॉप 3000 सो सेंसस। द पॉपुलेशन हैज ग्रोथ मोस्टली इन द शिवालिक हिल एंड गंगेटिक फ्लूट प्लान, बट देयर इज द डिक्लाइन इन वेस्टर्न घाट नंबर एंड through the major population are said to be stable. So India has seen at least 3,167 tiger according to estimate from the latest tiger census made by the public on Sunday. While the sustainability of the increasing since the census of the 2018, the number are not strictly comparable. The key circulation of to compute the maximum and minimum range the tiger population is yet to be done. There is the 2,967 tiger record in 2018 and 12,226 in 2014. Sunday after the figure to provisional could be the revised and official involved in the census, the told to Hindu. तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। The tiger population number have been made to the public by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Mysore on Sunday. That event was make of International Big Cat Alliance Conference and 15th anniversary of Tiger Project। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे 2 months आफ्टर दिल्ली स्टूडेंट वॉज फाउंड डेड एट IIT बॉम्बे, पुलिस ने अरेस्ट किया हिज बैचमेट। स्पेशल इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीम ऑफ मुंबई पुलिस के संडे में इट हैज़ द अरेस्टेड बैचमेट ऑफ द IIT बॉम्बे स्टूडेंट दर्शन सोलंकी एज अलेज्ड टू अबेटमेंट सोसाइटी। द सोलंकी 18 years and first year of student at BT Tech Chemical Program and India to life is jumping to 7th floor of the hostel building of February 12। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे इंडिया टू ब्रिज लैंग्वेज गैप विथ नेबर्स, लुकिंग टू एक्सपांड ऑफ द कल्चरल फुटप्रिंट इन नेशनल विच विल बी हिस्टोरिकल टाइज including those of the immediate neighboring hood. India is planning to create a pool of the expert in language spoken to countries such as Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, and facilitate to better to people exchange. Indian Council for Cultural Relations ICCR investigation special project for the language friendship bridge, which plan to the train 5 of the 10 people to official language of each these countries. As of now, ICCR has joined to 10 language: Uzbek, Kazakh, Uzbek, and Bhutanese, and Goti spoken by the Tibet, and Burmese and Khmer spoken by the Kambodja, and Thai and Sansilia and Bhasa spoken in the Indonesia and Malaysia। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। और यूपी में अर्बन बॉडी इलेक्शन ऑन May 4 and 11 काउंटिंग ऑन 13। तो उत्तर प्रदेश स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन ने संडे में अनाउंस किया कि अर्बन लोकल बॉडी जो ULB की पोल है हेल्ड भी किए जाएंगे 2 फेज में, May 4 and 11 में, एंड द काउंटिंग विल बी वोटर बी टेकन ऑफ द May 13। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए। इन फर्स्ट फेज में 7 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अंडर द 9 एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डिवीजन आगरा, झांसी, शाहजहाँपुर, मोरादाबाद, प्रयागराज, लखनऊ, बनारसी, देवपंतन and Gorakhpur will be go poll on May 4, while the 11 voting will be held on चित्रकूट and अयोध्या, बस्ती, आजमगढ़, मीरठ, बैरली, अलीगढ़, कानपुर, मिर्जापुर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डिवीजन। स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन मनोज कुमार ने कहा लखनऊ में। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे जो एग्जाम पर्सपेक्टिव से इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल्स होंगे हम उनको डिस्कस करने की कोशिश करेंगे। मोदी फुलफिल द ड्रीम ऑफ द बाल साहेब ठाकरे सिंस Sindhe say in Ayodhya. Opposition Maha Vikas Agadi Alliance criticized ruling party leader for visiting Ayodhya, while the farmer in Maharashtra suffer from the crop loss due to the unseasonal rain and hailstorm। तो महाराष्ट्र के चीफ मिनिस्टर एकनाथ शिंदे ने ऑन संडे में कहा है कि those who doubted the construction of Ram temple in Ayodhya so they are the way होम टू द प्रोसेस हैव स्टार्टेड द वर्क इन फुल स्विंग, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे रूरल पॉपुलेशन इन राजस्थान जलवार डिस्ट्रिक्ट सीकिंग टू वेरियस इंटरवेंशन इन डिफरेंट एरिया। द डिफरेंट सेक्शन ऑफ द रूरल कम्युनिटी इन Rajasthan Jalwar district has demanded to more vigilance intervention of different areas such as a public distribution system, availability of the granted employment and supply of subsidized fertilizer and cattle feed, and study has point out to the one full size of feed all scheme to may not be bring to desire of result in rural area, तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे टाइगर एंड लियोपार्ड elude Modi on safari. However, the Prime Minister have good sighting of large head of the elephant and large number of the grouse and spotted deer and sambar, and beside to the shield of the bird in the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. The tigers and leopard are proved to be the usually for the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who remarked to the safari of the Bandipur Tiger Reserve on Sunday. However, the Prime Minister have good sighting score of elephant, and including the few largest head of the east 20 to 25 members and large number of the grouse and spotted deer and sambar beside to the slew bird according to the source, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे पोल प्लान व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप टिल बूथ लेवल एंड स्ट्रोगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। द पार्टी ड्राइवर्स टू द स्टेटाइज इलेक्शन बॉन्ड राजस्थान छत्तीसगढ़ मध्य प्रदेश कर्नाटका सेंट्रल लीडरशिप कीप ए हॉक आई and skip the Meghalaya, Tripura and Nagaland early this year and intend to do it same in Mizoram, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे उड़ीसा राइट पैनल ऑर्डर टू प्रोब इनटू द इलीगलिटी इन लोन ओपन एयर प्रिजन। उड़ीसा ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन ने हैव डायरेक्टेड टू स्टेट होम डिपार्टमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट एंड द इंक्वायरी ऑफ एलिजिबली इनोक्रेटेड डाइवर्सिटी ऑन प्रोविजन एंड प्रोफेशनल ट्रेनिंग ऑफ बिजू पटनायक ओपन एयर आश्रम ऑन ओपन एयर जेल, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे BJP Central Election Panel to announce a fast list soon. List likely be including candidate for the 120 to 150 seats, so there will be speculation maybe the inclement MLS will be denied to ticket. Source said there will not such exercise on the large scale. After 2 days hat-trick pair and decide to the party candidates in the assembly election of Karnataka, the BJP Central Election Commission meet to New Delhi Sunday evening and reportedly almost finalize the first list of the candidates, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे हॉस्टाइल वाज द सिमरिंग इन छत्तीसगढ़ विलेज वेयर द क्लास टुक प्लेस इन बानीपुर विलेज ऑफ द छत्तीसगढ़ बेमित्रा and remaining to that Hatran hook in the day after the murder of the youth during the Saturday communal class, and resident and those witnessing to administration and hostility between two communities involved have been summarizing since the beginning of the year, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे NI waiting Home Ministry note to take over the erosion case as the intricate web of the Kajigora train erosion case unfair. National Investigation Agency have the submitted preliminary report to the Union Ministry of Home Affairs, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे एडिटोरियल किए हैं। डेकोरियन रूल्स न्यू अमेंडमेंट रूल ऑफ द इंटरमीडिएट गाइडलाइन अमाउंट टू बी सेंसरशिप with advent of social media, the product of evolution of internet into the sphere of the communication that allow to the relatively unfettered and just generated content, and the problem of the misinformation have taken gesture from an express measure to the curb misinformation called the false news and the showcase including fake news admits to the however the right of the question whether the union government the vision can be the regulatory entity in the IT intermediate guideline and digital media ethics course amendment rule 2023. Union government add to the provision fact check unity to identify fake and false and misleading online content relating to the government. Against such as content identified by the unit intermediaries or such as a social media company or net service provider will have to take an action and risk losing to their false safe harbor and protection of section 79 of the IT Act, which allow to the intermediary avoid legalities for the liabilities for what the third parties post on the website, the unacceptable and problematic. The also section 69A of the IT Act 2000 evaluate to the producer of issue the takedown order such which will notify amendment will be bypassed. They will be run to a fall of Singla versus Union of India 2015 verdict clearly guideline to the blockade counting, तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। Next article पे awaiting lift off into the second space age. In space age began to the 1917 within the launch of the satellite Sputnik Art in the 1961. Cosmonauts Yuri Gagarin became the first person of inspection, and Neil Armstrong made the history by walking on moon in 1969, and first space age became the reality. And today the second space age is here. Though there is no precise date of beginning in the country contrast to today's space domain of the SARC between the 1950s to 1991, a period of dominated by the Cold War, and 60 to 120 space launch took place annually of 93%. Those were the United States and well, Soviet Union of the Soviet Socialist Republic USSR government. These 3 decades later, there is not only many more actors in the space scene, the majority of the also private company. Last year there is were 180 rocket and space launches and 61 by the Elon Musk SpaceX. 90% of global space launches in 2020 are the PI and 5 for the private sector. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल देंगे. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे रेस टू बॉटम. Restricting journalists does not serve the interest of China or India. The China decision to freeze किए गए visa of 2 Indian journalists including Hindu Beijing correspondents show how journalists have unfortunately been dragged into the rising geopolitical tension between the neighboring China government. On April 6, 2023, decision to the response India taking steps to aim to Chinese journalists. In 2017, China said that India have sorted the visa of India-based true reporter of 3 months down to the 1 year. That is the norm of both countries. Then on March 31 this year, the reporter said the Xinhuan reporter have told to the leave India, and with Beijing returning move. There are only 2 Indian reporters in China. They have been warned to the continuous if the China visa are not to restore to 1 year validity. This is entirely possible that the will not be reporter from the all 2 largest country covering the other most unfortunate development and working direction. Restricting access to journalists on basis of the cooperative of complex. Indeed, to until 2016, reporters from the both countries were the 1 year visa and largely left to do their work, and deliberately began that year, and where the 3 Xinhua reporters have explained after the visiting Tibetan settlement without the permission from the Home Affairs Ministry, and subsequently began the placing all Chinese reporters on the 3-month visa. तो उसके related article दिए गए. Next articles by directing AI for the better and smarter legislation. The artificial intelligence and adequately petition to counterfeiters, political leader and policymaker world over. Most mature democracy which will be using AI tool to better precise legislation and parliamentary producer. For instance, AI tool can assist parliamentaries to preparing response from the legislature, enhancing the research capability and obtaining information from about the bill, and preparing the brief and providing the information of particularly House rule, legislative drafting, amendment and intervention, etc. They can also the empower to legislature to make the inform the decision of having access to insight into citizen governance and media opinion and voice of the citizen centric association. तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे ओपिनियन की. एग्जिस्टिंग वैक्सीन वर्सेस न्यू कोविड वेरिएंट्स. जो कोविड-19 cases began की गए rising at again in India March में, and many wonder whether the existing vaccine based on the SARS-CoV-19 virus that are first reported in China will be still effective against the newer version of the same virus. The answer is question. We need to look at the few basic principle of immunology. तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिए गए. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे जो टेक्स्ट एंड कॉन्टेस्ट किए हैं. The population bomb that never was. The population bomb narratively mobilized the many population behavior of shaped living of the generation of Indian women, and Europe revisit the controversial idea. It is also the state that the population alone was never problem of the sustainability, nor will it be for the climate crisis. On March 27, 2023, Baminiok Calgary, Associate Professor of the Christian University of College, Oslo, and member of the Earth for All modeling team, and Prefection Stock and Earth Pole Earth for All project lead and director of the Center on Sustainability at the BI Nojimam Business School, and published there the prediction about the world human population in the form of the report by the Earth for All net incentive that comes 5 decades after the report, which is some economists blame among the other things and personal planet expanding human population for some many problems. Two researchers have the revision them and revised the original population reduction. The effort of the notable for the way which women reproductive right and population control have emerged as a contemporary political disclosure, as well the useful contradiction they strike with more recent report of repeating the development policy. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया. So first the new report, the new Earth for All initiative report है. The researchers set side to the population modeling approach adopted by the UN Washington Center, sponsored by the European Union. The Lancet integrated the assessment model. Instead, they have modeled birth rate and split of the casual, the function of the GDP per person, which shown the negative correlation between the income and fertility rate. In the context, the per capita GDP is a proxy female education and socio-economic mobility and among other the factors. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल है. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे why a non-invasive test for the uridometry is taking such long time. The people with the uridometry today wait for the 6 to 7 years on average of the diagnosis that might to change with a new test can be detected the disease through the blood sample is successful. The test promised to reduce the time of the diagnosis and disease program, which could be lead to the fewer year discomfort. The endometritis is a painful chronic disease which is tested similar to the lining of the uterus and endometrium and grow the outside of it. Despite the prevalence, popular awareness of endometriosis remaining too low, even the diagnosis is made by the experience of the medical miscomy and gaslighting. This year, however, there also may be some casual chair by the US-based company named the Dot Lab announced to do blood test to reliable diagnosis in biometrics, and significance of this technology highlighted by the fact that the people have to wait 6.7 years on the average for the diagnosis. Even to the number of people of endometriosis could be much higher than the estimate of the 119 million worldwide, about to the 42 million in India alone, due to the number of the cases that go undiagnosed. तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे Center plan to revamp to livestock insurance scheme to raise coverage. At present, less than 1% of country cattle population is insured, failing to year premiumly unaffordable for the most of the farmer, and government is looking to reducing rate and providing the subsidized cattle rate to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe communities. The pulled up to recently by Parliamentary Standing Committee for the zero insurance coverage of the livestock in 2020-2023, Center is considering to comprehensive livestock insurance scheme model in the Prime Minister Physical Bima Yojana. Union Animal Husbandry Ministry moved to the roll out to the scheme ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha election. There will be initial proposal for to waive of the premium for cattle rarer for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. To at the present, less than 1% of country cattle is insured, and average the year of the premium 4.5% of the insured amount. तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दे गया. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल में सुप्रीम कोर्ट टू हियर टुडे appeals on the identification of minorities. The Supreme Court has scheduled here to Monday on batch of the petition seeking to identification of minority in the state level. The bench of the Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and Asandin Ahmadullah will be take up the hearing petition rising to various issues related to identification of minority, including the changing of the constitutional validity of National Minority Commission of Act 1992 and National Commission Minority Educational Institute Act 2004. तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे 1 पाकिस्तान इंस्ट्रक्टर किल एंड 2 हेल्ड इन द नार्कोटिक्स नियर द LOC in Jammu Kashmir. आर्मी ने कहा है 1 instructor was killed and 2 are the arrested after they are close to line of control of Poonch district and Pre-Panjal Valley. आर्मी ने कहा है कि in such operation of for 3 bags within 14 pockets of the narcotic weighs approximately 17 kgs Pakistan currency. Some documents and stable have been recovered during the preliminary questioning and 2 instruction apprehending alike claimed to they have resident of the Pakistan occupied Kashmir and belong to the Madiana Mohalla village of Chamjala and Jammu West डिफेंस स्पोकपर्सन लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल रणबीर आनंद ने कहा है। तो इसका आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स में चिदम्बरम से द 83% ऑफ द मुद्रा लोन टू स्मॉल फॉर द बिजनेस। द प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना कंप्लीट द 8 years एंड सीनियर कांग्रेस लीडर पी चिदम्बरम ने संडे में कहा कि 83 ऑफ द लोन्स गिवन टू द स्कीम आर द 15,000 व्हिच लेफ्ट हिम वंडरिंग इफ द बिजनेस नीड कुड टर्न बी सच मेजर अमाउंट। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे फंडिंग रैम्प अप टू एजेंडा G20 पैनल ऑन द बैंक रिफॉर्म प्रिपेयर टू मीट दिस वीक। G20 एक्सपर्ट ग्रुप ऑन रिफॉर्म द मल्टीलेटरल डेवलपमेंट बैंक MDB जॉइंटली स्टार्टेड हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी प्रेसिडेंट इमर्स Florence Summer to 15th Finance Commission Chairperson N.K. Singh and still to hold the first in-person meeting in Washington this week and group of the mandate including evaluation of the scale of the funding reform to need to be institutions such as a World Bank and International Monetary Fund to able to finance member countries need to be the possible mechanism to raise more funds from the private sector and coordinate more effective among the different institutions। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे पायलट ने राइज किया गैरथ हैकल्स अगेंस्ट टू फास्ट मूव इनटू द राजस्थान गवर्नमेंट डील। द just month left to the Rajasthan Assembly election, he said that he will be inquiry was promised and no action was taken. As fault line was state Congress unit depend and leadership in Delhi issued the non-commit statement without the standing contest। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए। और कांग्रेस ने राइज किया अडानी ग्रुप की चाइना लिंक के आस्क्ड व्हाई द फ्रेम इज अलाउड टू द ऑपरेट रिपोर्ट्स and quoting to all evidence and Congress has launched to the fresh attack on Adani Group alleged to China link and party asked why Union government are making expectation for the Adani Group allowing to operate port in India against the own policy and prevent to Chinese frame and entities which Congress connection from the operating ports and terminals। तो उसके आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल में आसाम के सीएम ने भोग किया है टू स्यू राहुल गांधी फॉर द अडानी लिंक चार्जेस। जो आसाम के चीफ मिनिस्टर हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा ने संडे में कहा कि इट विल बी फाइल डिफेमेशन सूट अगेंस्ट द कांग्रेस लीडर राहुल गांधी फॉर एक्यूजिंग हिम टू इन्वेस्टिगेशन अनअकाउंटेबल फॉर द मनी इन इंडस्ट्रियल गौतम अडानी फ्रेम। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। और मोदी ने सेंड किया है इमिसरी टू शरीफ इन 2017 टू रिस्ट्रिक्ट बैक चैनल टॉक से बुक डिस्पाइट टू सेवरल सेटबैक ऑफ इंडिया पाकिस्तान स्पेस process including the Pathankot attack and trial against the former naval official Kasbulna Jadhav and terrorism and sponges charge on Narendra Modi government sent to the Mississippi to restart the back channel talks to between the two countries in the April 2017 booked by the former special envoy the Satyendra Lamba ने कहा है। तो आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पर नो साइंटिफिक डाटा टू अपोज सेम सेक्स मैरिज से द साइकेट्रिस्टिक बॉडी। Indian Psychiatric Society gathered the scientific data from the countries having the same-sex marriage and adoption have been to legalized to provide that there is no scientific basis in belief the same-sex couple are not fit to be parent. The Indian Psychiatric Society IPS a professional or the organization of psychiatrists India के martial scientific data from the country where the same-sex marriage and adoption have been legalized and proved that there is no scientific basis of the belief the same-sex couple are not fit to the parent. The body issued by the statement on Sunday the mentioning the positive impact of legislation of same-sex marriage on the mental health and individual of the LGBTQ spectrum। तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे Indian American C.R. Rao win Nobel Prize equivalent for in statistics at the age of the 102. Indian American statistician compatriot Red Krishna Rao have been awarded on 2023 International Prize for the Statistics equivalent Nobel Prize for the Statistics. It is the award once every 2 years in for individual and team to measure for the achieving the using the statistics or the advanced science and technology and human welfare। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। और यूपी टीम टू इंस्ट्रक्ट prisoner after the intimate found to linkage case. Crime can be lead a person into prison but Uttar Pradesh and often committed from the prison as well, and after it found that high profile crime in the state is often linked to the accused person lodges in the inside the prisoner and some jail officer acting hand in glove in criminal and the state Prison Department is consulting team to the Indian Police Service. IPS officer will who will be intact to prisoner and submit their the report to the state government. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे Odisha plan to enlist all the Jagannath temples. The Odisha government has decided to enlist Jagannath temple to different part of the India and the world and as part of the state effort to the promote language and culture heritage. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए और छोटे छोटे आर्टिकल्स पर नेशनल वाइड ड्रिल किए गए फ्रॉम टुडे टू चेक कोविड preparedness. The aiming to rise COVID-19 case, the national-wide drill kiए गए state take stock to hospital preparedness will be held on April 10 to 11, which bring both public and private utilities expected to participation. To Union Health Minister Mansukh Minda will be visit AIMS Jaipur in April 10 to otherwise to drill an official on Sunday. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए। गोधरा ट्रेन बर्निंग केस में सुप्रीम कोर्ट बेंच ने हियर किए गए बेल Appeal today. Supreme Court scheduled to hear on Monday appeal to several convicts serving life imprisonment in 2002 Godhra and train burning and bench of the Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha and J.B. Pradhavalia is scheduled to be heard along with the bail application. A batch of the appeal for convict and challenging to their the conviction. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दे गया और सैड लीडर इंदौर इकबाल सिंह अतोला ब्रदर ज्वाइन टू द बीजेपी. Shiromani Akali Dal SAT leader Indore Iqbal Singh Atola joined to BJP in New Delhi on Sunday. The presence of Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri and Mr. Atola is son of the Chantoji Singh Atola, who is the been Speaker of Punjab Assembly. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया. And poll to the tribal village panel in Tripura deliberately delay. The Tripura Moha, the Tripura Indigenous People of Religion Alliance, and alleged to that the Tripura government have violating a constitutional obligation to deliberating delay in the election of the village communities under the Tripura Tribal Area and Autonomous District Council. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे मनी वाइज है. आज मंडे है तो आज इकोनॉमी के पेज नहीं आते हैं, मनी वाइज के पेज आते हैं. नेक्स्ट पेज में वर्ल्ड की है. फ्लोरिडा की न्यूज़ है. बेंच फ्रेंच द लास्ट लिविंग न्यूरोबैंक prosecutor of Nazis dies at age of the 103. The bench French, the last living prosecutor from the numbering trials of who is among the first witness of document atrocity of Nazis concentration camp, died किए गए. He turned to the 103 in March. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. मॉस्को की न्यूज़ है. रशियन ने चार्ज किया है वर्ल्ड स्ट्रीट जर्नल के रिपोर्टर एवियन गैंशविक विद द स्पोनेज. रशिया के ने चार्ज किया वॉल स्ट्रीट जर्नल रिपोर्टर एवियन गैंशविक को स्पोनेज के चार्ज में. अनफ्रास्टर न्यूज़ एजेंसी रिपोर्टर ने कहा है. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया. लंदन की न्यूज़ है. ब्रिटिश प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऋषि सुनाक मीट टू द यूएस प्रेसिडेंट इन नॉर्दर्न आयरलैंड. तो ब्रिटिश के प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऋषि सुनाक हैं और मीट करेंगे जो बाइडेन को नॉर्दर्न आयरलैंड में नेक्स्ट वीक इन व्हेन द यूएस प्रेसिडेंट फ्लाई करेंगे टेक पार्ट ऑफ द इवेंट ऑफ द मार्क ऑफ द 25th एनिवर्सरी ऑफ गुड फ्राइडे पीस अकॉर्ड में. तो उसके रिलेटेड आर्टिकल दिए गए. इस्लामाबाद की न्यूज़ है. रोड साइड बॉम्ब किल 2 सोल्जर इन खैबर पख्तूनख्वा प्रोविंस. ये रोड साइड बॉम्ब एक्सप्लोड किए गए हैं नॉर्दर्न पाकिस्तान में. किलिंग किया 2 सोल्जर को व्हिल ट्रैवलिंग देयर व्हीकल एंड मिलिट्री ने कहा है. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे चाइना सिमुलेट स्ट्राइक ऑन द ताइवान ऑन डे 2 ऑफ द ड्रिल्स. चाइना ने बिगिन किया है 3-day मिलिट्री एक्सरसाइज अराउंड टू द आइलैंड ऑन सैटरडे. ऑन ताइवान डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री ने कहा है कि इट विल बी स्पॉटेड द 58 चाइनीज एयरक्राफ्ट एंड 9 शिप अराउंड द टेरिटरी. तो चाइनीज मिलिट्री ने सिमुलेट किया है प्रिसीजन स्ट्राइक against the Taiwan and second day of the drill around to the island on Sunday, and with the island defense ministry reporting कर रहे हैं multiple air force troy and the monitoring the Chinese missile force. China, which claimed the democratically governed Taiwan is the own territory and began to 3-day military exercise around to the islands on Saturday and day after the Taiwan President Tai Si-wang returned to from the visit of the US. Chinese state television report from the combined regarding the patrol and drill around to the Chinese are continued. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. और 2 किल किएंगे रशियन स्ट्राइक ऑन यूक्रेन Zaporizhia. The 15-year-old man and his 11-year-old daughter are the killed after the Russian force strike on the resident building in the southeastern Ukrainian city Zaporizhia on early Sunday. यूक्रेन अथॉरिटीज ने कहा है. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे इजराइल ने अटैक किया सीरियन टारगेट्स इन रिस्पॉन्स टू रॉकेट फायर. इजराइल ने लॉन्च किया आर्टिलरी स्ट्राइक ऑन सीरिया संडे मॉर्निंग. In Israel, army announced that after the several rockets were fired from the air and landed to the really occupied Golan Heights, and Israel recently rocket attack from the Syria, which no one has claimed is the last period of the escalation of violation in the region. Irresponsible rocket fired from the Syria at the Israel. ADF artillery striking the Syrian territory and the military said on Twitter. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे हिजबुल्ला हमास चीफ इन बेरूत ओवर द Israel strike. The leader of the armed movement Hezbollah Hamas meet to the Beirut discuss regarding readiness of the axis of the resistance and against the Israel Hezbollah statement on Sunday. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे यूरोप मस्ट नॉट बी फॉलो USA चाइना ऑन ताइवान। मैक्रोन ने कहा है। फ्रेंच प्रेसिडेंट इमैनुअल मैक्रोन ने कहा है कि इन इंटरव्यू पब्लिश बाय द संडे that Europe must not be follow the either USA or China on the Taiwan, saying the blockades entitlement in the crisis that are not be आवर। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। और सऊदी के ऑफिशियल विजिट किए यमन फॉर द टॉक विद रिबल। द सऊदी ऑफिशियल वेयर द यमन कैपिटल ऑन संडे for the talk with the Iranian blockade Houthi rebel as part of the international effort to fund settlement of the Yemen 9 years conflict। ऑफिशियल ने कहा है। सऊदी अरब ने डेलीगेशन ने चेयर किया गया। किंगडम ऑफ द एम्बेसडर बाय यमन मोहम्मद बिन सल्दार अल जैबर विल बी होल्ड टू टॉक विद द महदी अल मसर head of the Houthi Supreme Political Council which run to the Israel held year in Yemen according to the Houthi run Saba न्यूज एजेंसी। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल स्पोर्ट किए। तो आज के द हिंदू न्यूज़ एनालिसिस पे इतनी ही। वीडियो पसंद हो तो वीडियो को लाइक करना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें।